TV legend who continues captivating audiences. Henry Winkler says he is in his prime, starring in the hit HBO series Barry, which is about to embark on season 3. Our Linsey Davis sat down with the former Happy Days star, who calls Barry the highlight of his storied career.
I want to start with the Fonz.
Yes.
You have talked about how you put the character on and you sewed it to your being.
Yes.
How did you ultimately extricate yourself?
At 11 o'clock at night or 12 o'clock at night, when the filming was done, I took the jacket off, I put on my button-down shirt, and then he was in the closet in my dressing room, and I was in the car going home. It was never a process.
But after years of doing the Fonz, it seems like you became so typecast.
Yes, that is true.
How did you ultimately move beyond that?
There was a concern from the beginning of my training that I did not want to be a flash in the pan, that I did not want to be known and then disappear. So that was a fear, which is a great motivator, by the way. Fear works miracles. I thought, because the Fonz was so popular, I was going to beat the system. There is no beating the system.
Well, ultimately you did.
I just kept getting up and moving forward. Knocked over, got up, kept moving forward because I knew what I wanted.
Favorite character you've ever played?
Don't have one. Love them all. That I'm living my dream is, I'm a very verbal fellow. I don't have the words to tell you how happy I am.
Let's talk about how happy you were getting the Emmy. I wrote this 43 years ago.
It's true.
What did that moment mean to you?
Well,
you really had written it 43 years ago.
The part that I wrote was, "You can go to sleep now, kids." They were now 37, 40, and 49. But I did write, "You can go to sleep now, kids, Daddy won."
So let's talk about Barry and the idea of playing an acting coach, right? And you've said before that you've had maybe 14 or so acting teachers in your life.
That's right.
Up through your time at Yale.
Right.
The character you play now, is it a combination?
He is.
Okay.
He's a combination of what is written, of my imagination, and bits and pieces of my teachers.
So we've recently learned that Barry killed
Yes.
Jean's lifelong love.
Yes.
How did that change the dynamic in those two characters' relationship?
At the end of season 2, I find out that it's Barry who has ripped my heart apart. So what do I do? The umbrella of this 3rd season is, can people change? And I think that there is an undertow of revenge. I'm trying desperately to be a better person. But it gnaws at me that Barry has done this.
And now, when you're playing the character, do you come in and you really bring yourself into it? Do you define?
Every character is already in you, and then it is your imagination to take what the author says, what people say about you in the script, what the director says, like a dough, you know? And then you all of a sudden have a pizza of a character.
How did your son, Max, who's now a director, help you land this current role in Barry?
Because he literally directed my audition. I brought home the script. I said, "Would you look at it?" I sat at my desk. He stood over my shoulder and literally yelled at me. I improvised. He said, "Respect the writer." He said, "You know, there's an exclamation point. You can get a little more angry." So when I went in, I had a handle on the material.
You've had these really seminal moments, right? Landing the role of the Fonz when you were 27.
Yes.
Then landing Barry at 72.
Yes.
Now 76. Do you feel like you're really kind of reinventing yourself?
I have reinvented myself many times writing children's books. That was a time filler. I didn't know what to do, and nor was I being hired around 2001 after I did a Broadway play with, rest his soul, John Ritter. So somebody said, write books about your dyslexia for children. I said, I'm dyslexic, I can't do that. They said, I'll introduce you to Lynn Oliver. I said, okay. And we hatched Hank Zipser. We've written 39 novels together.
And how does that work? You know, you didn't even realize until you were 31 you were dyslexic.
That I was dyslexic. How do you do it? You do it because you want it, because there is a way to figure it out. I met a little girl, 12 years old, Olivia. Olivia is dyslexic. And I said to her, how you learn has nothing to do with how brilliant you are.
I know I asked you about character, but I'm going to ask it this way. Greatest joy in your career?
I would have to say the work I'm doing now. This season of Barry. Barry is a gift in the whole thing. The people that I work with, the words I get to say.
Can you give us any kind of spoiler for the season finale?
Intense. I asked Bill Hader, I said, what can I say? I'm going to New York, I'm doing press for our finale. What can I say? And he looked at me and he said, nothing. He's very strict.
There is a list of national treasures. You're on that list.
No. Excuse me. I'm just going to bask for a minute. No, there's a list?
Yeah, there's a list.
Hey, can I just call my wife?
That's great. What do you want your legacy to be?
Oh. That I have grown into a person who has left whatever the gift is behind. There was a time when I was okay at being a professional and maybe like a muffin, and you put a toothpick in it, and it's still mushy in the center. I was mushy for a long time.
How'd you finally get fully baked?
I wanted to, and I just kept working at it. I'm just living a most wonderful life, and I am grateful.
Great sentiment. Who knew the Fonz was mushy in the center? The season finale of Barry airs Sunday, 10 p.m. Eastern on HBO. And our thanks to Linsey Davis for that.
Hi, everyone. George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live event coverage, click on the right over here to subscribe to our channel. And don't forget to download the ABC News app for breaking news alerts. Thanks for watching.